off season for the Cowboys. Now it's time to get to work. Get to work. And so I ask you guys, I just totally ripped this from ESPN. They did a piece where for every team that's already been eliminated, it's the different off-season questions. Totally ripped it. That's what I like to do.
You're giving credit. You're giving credit.
Biggest off-season priority for the Dallas Cowboys. Jesse.
Oh, I'm going to say the offensive line. This, to me, the games are won and lost in the trenches. And if you're going to do anything successfully, and I don't give a damn if you bring in Saquon, you bring in Derrick Henry, or you draft Genty. If you can't block guys up front, it won't matter. Nothing you're going to be able. I don't care about tempo. I don't care about motion. I don't care about split cuts. I don't care about whatever offense you want to implement, whatever it is offensively. And that's with this offensive coach. He's going to be the guy that looks and says, I have the answers. I was under Mike McCarthy. I bit my lip. I felt like I had better solutions than what we were given week in and week out. If you can't protect, if you can't keep your quarterback upright, if you can't give him the holes, the running back the holes that he needs, if you can't give the receivers time to run whatever routes he planned on running for them, you're SOL. So for me, the biggest offseason need is solidifying and locking down at least. I'm not saying that you have to have the best offensive line. You don't have to have what the Eagles have. It would be nice.
That'd be great.
It would be nice. And you've had that in the past. Like you have been one of the teams for 4, 5, 6, 7 years that had one of the top 2 or 3 offensive lines.
Tyron, Leary, Frederick, Martin, Free.
Right. And there were moments in time where you had the number 1 offensive line. So it's not like it's a far-fetched thing, but you got to get back to securing that offensive line and really giving them a fortified front so that they can be able to do what they want to do.
Saquon, with all of his 60-something yard touchdown runs in the postseason, what's really fun is go back and watch him. He does a great job when he has to make the first guy miss after 17 yards gained.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, now it's time to get to work. That's impressive stuff. And he is incredible.
He's incredible.
He is incredible. I don't mean to say he's not
He's
incredible.
had the speed to get to the hole. Some people can't even get to the open holes.
But that's why, Zeke. That's why I can't believe you took a shot at Zeke. I can't believe
that was like subtle. You took a subtle shot at Zeke.
I was just a
lot
of bags.
He's talking about Rico too.
Gainwell couldn't make them get to those holes. I mean,
their random 4th rounder out of Clemson ran for 19 yards a carry.
The game was over at that point.
That was hilarious.
Early in the game. Defense was tired. It was done.
That's why I like the big play running backs. I like the guys who, if once I give you the chance, can you get crazy?
Yeah,
because that's what Saquon's doing.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Yes, he's a really good running back. But his thing is, you get me going, and you let me have a dude to beat. That dude's dead.
Well, that's how it's broken down. Like when you go and you watch an offensive corner break a play down, especially a running play, everybody's blocked up, and he'll go, hey,
you versus him.
This is you. Like, this is your guy. You have to make this guy miss. It's you and him.
Yeah.
Whether it be in the hole or at the next level, it's like, we did our job. I'm going to get everything else blocked up.
Yeah.
This guy belongs to you.
Yeah.
You got to make him miss. You got to break a tackle. Whatever it is you got to do. And then it's out the gate in 88.
And the Washington game, he did that spin move on those 2 safeties. There was 2 guys he made miss.
2 bad tackles.
And the bad tackles, I mean,
the one dude was like, yeah, and he goes like, nah. But he's good.
He can make you make bad tackles. I mean, in his contact balance, I mean, that's what makes special running back. The fact that he can do that spin and then get back to full speed and take it to the house, everybody can't do that.
Genty can.
Genty can.
Genty can.
Genty can. And if anybody can, Genty
Yeah, I know where you were going.
The Genty man can.
We got to make that a tune.
Get ready because he's going to get picked number 12 overall.
Good.
Joe, biggest off-season priority.
Biggest off-season priority, and this might come across as almost like victim blaming a little bit, but I think they need to call Micah Parsons on his bluff, and if they can get him for cheaper than the greatest or the best, highest paid defensive player in the league, and if they can get it done early, I think you got to get it done.
Oh, your biggest priority is a little pocket watching?
Yep.
You're doing a little pocket watching.
100%. Like you talk, because at the very least, you talk about with the Joneses, they're always sensitive of the cap. We got to be better with it. Well, you know how you be better with the cap is actually getting a guy to sign cheaper. And I don't think it's going to happen, but I think you got to check that first. And at the end of the day, you got to get Micah Parsons done first and then go from there. You cannot wait. You cannot wait. Stop waiting. Get it done.
It's great if you can get players to play for under market value because you have salary cap. That's wonderful. But I mean, like I can write out Micah's contract, and I'll be within
100%.
1%. I can write it out right now.
Do it.
So
yeah.
if they wait, I'll give you. Let me get Bosa's numbers. Add $5 million total.
100%.
Add $2 or $3 million guaranteed over whatever Nick Bosa did, and you have Micah's deal. The Cowboys know that. Micah's people know that. That's the deal he's going to get. If they wait and they wait and they wait, the number will not change. He is absolutely going to sign for $5 million total, more than Nick Bosa did for the same years, with a couple million more guaranteed. That's the number. And that's the world that the Cowboys refuse to operate in until it's time that it's getting too late, and then they come to reality.
You got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing in free agency.
Okay,
Just sign.
You got to know what you're doing.
But Jerry is right. Which he tried to call out Dak. It is on Dak, and it was on CDs. The parameter of those deals were done well before they were signed. And CD asked for a little more, and the general numbers are there, but how you pay it out.
I call cap on that. Get it done.
No. I'm gonna tell you how you pay it out.
Other teams don't go those ways.
We're not saying other teams. I'm just saying that it is on the players have to agree to it.
Yeah.
They want a little extra here, a little juice here, or whatever else. But there were
and you
reasons
could give
why,
it to them, or
yeah.
you could wait 2 more years and get bent all the way over, and then see what's at the very top of the market, add 10%. And
now you're talking about the first contract. I'm talking about the second contract.
The second contract got pretty good too. Highest
First contract
ever.
they should have done early for sure.
Clarence, biggest offseason priority?
Changing how they do business. Signing players in free agency, really being active in free agency. I mean, I just think that's something they talked about yesterday, and it's also something I want to tote. But yeah, they got to continue to sign. I mean, they got to change how they approach free agency. They have to, because it doesn't matter who the coach is. That's one thing from the beginning, I said, I'm not excited necessarily about the coaching search, because it doesn't matter if it's Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn, or it's bring McCarthy back, or you get a Schottenheimer. If they don't change how they add players to this team, it doesn't matter. You're going to be in the same vortex. I think this has the makings of a win healthy playoff team. The question is, can you get to the Super Bowl? Can you do what the Eagles have done? And you need to do some of the things the Eagles are doing, not just signing on players, but adding players and supplementing the things you do in the draft and the players you have in this roster. I go back to 2016. It frustrates me to no end, because people keep talking about you can't win when you pay the quarterback. You got to pay. Well, they had Dak on a rookie deal. Okay,
Yeah.
They had Dak on a rookie deal. They went 13-3. They got beat by miraculous play by Aaron Rodgers. They knew going into the next year that Zeke would probably be suspended. They did nothing in the offseason to improve that team. They did nothing in the offseason to add to what they were done, to build on their success. They just said, we're just going to get your second year jump. We got guys. They're going to be better. But they did nothing to ensure that they take it to the next level. And so that's what frustrates me. People keep talking about Dak's money and Dak's money. You can't. Well, they had an opportunity when Dak was not getting paid, and they still did not sign anybody. Yeah, it's what they do.
That's why the glimmer of hope yesterday was the fact that they actually acknowledged, hey, we got to be better at this. We got to be better at that. Obviously, words are just things, and you got to put action to it. But the fact that they actually acknowledged it, that was the first time I'd ever heard that. Who knows?
My first offseason priority, and to retain your own, you don't have to wait for free agency, right? Sign Osa, Odighizuwa, and Jourdan Lewis today.
Yeah.
Do it today. You've let yourself get in a spot where you are in such deep doo-doo, a number of positions, and if you lose Osa and or Jourdan Lewis, you are down multiple starters at multiple positions with no answer. Yeah. And you can't live in that world. So my priority is Mozzie Smith can't be your best defensive tackle. Sign Osa today.
100%.
Kalen Carson can't be your second corner. Sign Jourdan Lewis today. So go ahead, guys. I don't know. It's not spring break yet, so you guys could do a little bit of business before you take off.
We all silly like the mayor.